Peace. Rainy day. It's early morning, a little bit after 7. I got outside in the elements. I've already ran 2 errands already. Going to the gym. But before I get to the gym, I got this triple espresso right here. Finna boost up, finna power up. Go in the gym, some body weight routines. Destroy myself, of course. But this isn't what the build is about. December 31st, 2023. Correction. It's December 30th, 2023. Saturday morning. I'm not big on these man-made months. So January 1st, it's the start of the new year. That's what I mean by it's man-made. Somebody granted it January 1st. Some Greek cat. So we going by the Gregorian calendar. That's a whole nother rabbit hole. It's another whole build. But I'm just pointing out, I typically don't subscribe to these man-made months. And it's like you starting anew in January 1st. However, I will acknowledge that in order to make connections with the general public, the people, we need to have a level ground to build upon to enact, encourage critical thought. So opposed to me busting them over their head about January 1st isn't a true start of the year and having a diatribe about who's right or wrong, I opt to meet them on common ground and just go with January 1st as being the beginning of the year to appease, also to have a foundation to build upon, because that isn't the ground to be at odds with people building. It's bigger fish to fry opposed to what January 1st represent. So with that being said, I build that you understand my viewpoint on January 1st and the reasons why I will still build in terms of striving to connect with people on January 1st, as being the first of the year, the starting point. So, looking at January 1st, going into January 1st, more appropriately, going into 2024, what should the focus be? Setting yourself up for a particular date, for a particular starting point, is somewhat of a defeatist mentality from the onset. I'm not going to prepare myself for a particular date to start being right and exact. I'm not going to drink all the liquor and eat all the fat back that I can, preparing for January 1st for me to clean up my act. I'm sure those type of scenarios have bared fruit. However, in my experience and what I've seen and what I've witnessed, that shit is very, very slim to none if you set yourself up for this particular date to start X, Y, and Z. Now, of course, you definitely need a starting point, because everything has a genesis, everything has a foundation. So you need a starting point. I just don't cotton to this January 1st, because the whole aura of everybody with these New Year's resolutions and starting whatever they want to correct or seem as being successful or beneficial for each individual starting on January 1st, the aura holds no validity. The aura is shitty in terms of ratio, right? The percentage wise of how many people set up New Year's resolutions and stick to it and bear fruit is shitty. I'm sure it's a F- in terms of grades, right? So, no, it's a defeatist mindset to set yourself up for this January 1st. I'm going to change. You have to work yourself into a habit. And for long-term success, it's baby steps. It's baby steps. You're not going to just learn to eat right from December 31st to the 1st. Now I'm a healthy eater. No, you have to take baby steps to get to where you're trying to get to. That's why you can use January 1st as a starting point, but it needs to be realistic expectations. So, the mindset has to be realistic. And January 1st, I wouldn't use it. However, you can use it. And I would encourage you to use it if the mindset is right. If that's what you want to use. Because if you feel like, right, it's like everything I'm saying, I could go down a rabbit hole. I'm not big on what you feel like neither. But I'm using these words to make these connections, because words are the only thing that we have to bridge the gap in communication. So take these words with a grain of salt, because feelings could be on some other shit. Feelings don't mean logic. However, if you feel like you want to use January 1st as a starting point to have a base case of where you start from, that's fine, as long as you set realistic expectations. Make sure that your expectations are realistic on whatever your endeavors may be, whatever your goal may be. The expectations need to be real, right? Also, I would encourage you to go into this new year with a different mindset. Whatever you accomplished last year or didn't accomplish, let's go with whatever you accomplished. It's a thin line between maintaining the same mind frame and tweaking the mind frame to build on your wins. Because what got you the success, that mind frame that has gotten you success will rarely get you to the next level of success thinking the same way. So by default, you have to change your mindset, however slightly, to get to the next level. Just as if you were not successful in your endeavors the previous year, it's absolutely imperative that you change your mindset to get wins going into the next year, right? So either way you slice or dice it, you need to alter your mindset, right? A classic quote is Einstein saying insanity is doing the same shit over and over again, expecting different results. Whether Einstein said it or not, it's neither here nor there, but that's a very, very valid quote. You cannot have the same mindset expecting different results, right? So you have to tweak your mindset, and there is no perfect way. There's no holy grail. You need to tweak it, right? You're tweaking it until you find the way, right? We can look at other successful people, look at what other success people have had, and then try to emulate that in some form or fashion. But whatever the dynamics that they were going through at the time don't necessarily line up to what we're going through. So it's okay to take gems here and there, right, in order to duplicate a similar situation of success. That's perfectly fine. But don't feel discouraged when you're doing 1, 2, 3 off of what somebody else has had success in, and it doesn't yield you the same success. It's perfectly fine to go back and tweak whatever you're doing. The game of life isn't perfect. It's always about mixing and matching and coming up with what is feasible, what is the right mix at the time. You will constantly have to change the mix. And my thought is, as humans, we are habitual as fuck. We don't like to change the mix. We like to stay as is and everything is perfect. We're taking a road trip. We want to go straight down one road that's paved in gold, that's smooth. However, if you have enough experience, you already know that that is not the case and that is not reality. Them roads have twists and turns. It's dark. It's raining. It's fog. It's bumps and bruises. It's fucking moose walking across roads, right? There's no lights. It's different scenarios that happen on that road of life. So is above, so is below. It's the same thing. So we must be flexible and able to move, maneuver, tweak, take a lick, keep going. Things won't be perfect. Remember, the perfection is in the imperfection. Shit isn't perfect. So if you don't take nothing else from this build, take setting real expectations. That's the first thing. Make sure you're setting real expectations. And the second thing is being flexible, right? And being able to tweak the moves, the thought patterns to where you need them to fit in, right? Having a different mindset. It's imperative that you have a different mindset than previous to get the goals, to get the success that you want going forward. So again, let me clarify. Right? Clarify and summarize. Realistic expectations and having a different mindset to get to the results that you desire. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what the deal is, man. It's a stream of thought, and these builds is coming straight off the fly. Right? We just building. Appreciate you. Peace.